Hey, what is up guys, Phoenix here, and welcome to another pixel art part for our Satoru Gojo pixel art tutorial. So, where we last left off, we did a bunch of the hair outline, and now it's time to hopefully reach the other side. I think we did more than halfway because of the amount of hair spikes on this side. So, I left two markers where we last left off, and I want to jump in right from those. So let's go to this bottom marker we have right here, where I have this dirt block underneath this 4 vertical, so you can just see where I'm marking it right now. And that's where we're going to start today, so let's just jump right into it. We're going to remove that placement block, and we're going to go down and to the right, 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. The reason I'm starting with this one is because this one kind of ends abruptly, and then we can just continue working on the rest of the hair from the top. So from that 3 vertical, we'll put another placement block underneath, and go down into the right 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down into the right 3 vertical again. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then finally, to round this thing off, we're just going to go down into the right 3, then 2 vertical. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2. Perfect. So, now that we have this spike completed, it's kind of evened out with the one on the left, we can now go back up to the top where we have this 2 vertical marked off with our placement blocks. And let's remove those placement blocks now and continue from it. So we're going to be going up and to the right from there, and then it's going to reach the tip, and then we're going to come back down. So let's put a placement block above it, so that way we can go up and to the right, 16 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Perfect. From that 16 vertical, we're going to put a placement block to the top or right side and go up into the right 1 single. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the right 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into our 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. Down into our 2 vertical again. 1, 2. So if we zoom out, you can see we're just kind of, it's not as smooth as the other spikes in his hair, but it's like the center piece, so I guess it's going to be kind of weirdly shaped. But if you zoom out, just kind of pause the screen if you need to and make sure yours looks like this. So we have 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. Then 1, 1, 1 again, then 2, and then you guessed it, we're gonna do another set of 3 singles. So go down into our 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. Then placement block underneath. Down into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. And from that 2 vertical, we're going to double layer up. So let's add an extra coal to the right side of each of those. So 1, 1, like so. So now we have chunky brick. And from chunky brick, what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 below it and 3 on top. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So let's mark that 1 below to come back to a little bit later, because this is another kind of branching part of his hair. And we're going to go to the top where we added the extra 3 on top and put a placement block above it, so that way we can go up into the right 1 single. Placement block underneath now, or to the right side, so we can go down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the right 3 singles. Count carefully. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. And from that 2 vertical, we're going to do something similar to like what we did over there. We're going to double layer up on it. So on the right side, let's add an extra coal to each. 1, 1. And from that double layer, we're going to put 1 on top and 4 below it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So from that double layer, let's mark the top block to come back to it later. Now it's time to start working a little bit with these under parts. so that way that block we marked off can get something connected to it. So the way we're going to do that is from the bottom blocks where we added 4 underneath, we're going to put a placement block underneath, so that way we can go down and to the left 2 flat, 1 2. From that 2 flat, we have these 2 blocks. So I'm going to mark the right one to come back to later, but from the left one we're going to put 1 coal on top. We're then going to go up into the left 1 single, up into the left 2 vertical 2 times in a row, 1 2, that's 1, placement block down, 1 2, that's 2. From that second 2 vertical, so this one that's higher up, we're going to double layer to the left side now, so let's add an extra coal to the left, like so. And then from that double layer, what we're going to do is from the bottom block, we're going to put 2 coal going straight down, 1 2. And from the top block, so this one right here, we're going to put 1 coal to the left, but we're also going to put 2 on top, 1 2. So now we have this shape. All right, so it's going in 3 different directions now. Thankfully, the 2 on the top is not going anywhere, so we don't have to worry about it. But what we're gonna do is from the 2 on the bottom, let's go down into the left 14 vertical. So placement block underneath. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14, and that's it for this strand. Now if we fly back up to the 1 single we put on the left side right here, we're going to put a placement block to the left of it and go up into the left 1 single. We're then going to go up into the left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. So placement block to the left or top side, 1 2, 1 2, and it should meet up with the block we had marked at the diagonal, completing that shape. So that's perfect. Make sure to pause the screen if you need to, and make sure yours looks like this. From there, we can backtrack to the 2 flat where we marked the right block now. And from that right block, we're going to put 3 coal underneath it. 1 2 3. And then remove that placement block. From that 3 below, we'll put a placement block underneath each time. And we're going to go down into the right 2 vertical. 1 2. Down into the right 3 vertical. 1 2 3. Down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 3 vertical again, 1 2 3. Down into the right 2 vertical, 1 2. Down into the right 3 vertical, 1 2 3. And then down into the right 2 vertical 3 times in a row. 1 2, that's 1. 1 2, that's 2. 1 2, that's 3. Now the reason this one's important is if we backtrack now to the 3 vertical we just placed right before the 3 sets of 2. So we just finished right here. Let's go back 1 2 3 blocks. So this 3 vertical right here. We're going to go to the middle block and put 1 coal to the right. And we can mark that because later when we're doing some of the hair that's coming up, it's going to bridge back down and end up touching this. So that's why I wanted to have this completed right now. So let's go back up now. 2, we're done with the right side of that 2 flat. If we go back to the 7 vertical that we have right here, or basically, I think it was the chunky block that we added 1 to the top and 4 below. We have the top block marked, and that's where we're going to continue with. So let me just zoom out. You can see where we're at. So we just marked that block up there. We just come back up, and we're working with right here. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit off. I've been trying to drink some water, but I haven't recorded in a few days, so my voice is a little bit raspy. Anyways, from that single on top, let's remove that placement block and put a placement block on top or to the right side. So that way we can go up and to the right 2 vertical, 1 2. Up and to the right 5 vertical 2 times in a row, 1 2 3 4 5, that's 1. 1 2 3 4 5, that's 2. Then from the top block in that 5 vertical, we're going to put a placement block to the right side. And from that placement block, we're going to put 1 coal on top and 1 coal to the right of that. From that coal to the right, we're going to put a placement block underneath, so that way we can go down into the right 3 vertical. 1 2 3. Down into the right 4 vertical. 1 2 3 4. Down into the right 3 vertical. 1 2 3. Down into the right 4 vertical, 1 2 3 4. So it's very repetitive right there. Down into the right 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from that 5 vertical, we're going to do a very familiar strategy. We're going to create the chunky block. So we're going to add 1 coal to the right of each of these. So 1, 1, like so. From the right side of chunky block, we're going to put 1 coal underneath and 2 on top. 1, 2, like so. So now from that 1 coal underneath, we're going to put a placement block below it. Whoops. Below it, like so. And go down into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the left 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down into left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And then place block underneath. And we're going to go down into left 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, it met up with the single that we marked already at the diagonal. So that completed that shape. And now we can just backtrack all the way to the top part of chunky block, where we had the 2 vertical that we just added. So this is coming along nicely. From the 2 vertical we have on top, we're going to put a placement block above it or to the right side. So that way we can go up into the right 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. And from the top block in that 2 vertical, we're just gonna put 1 coal to the right side like so, creating this weird R shape. And then that's like the tip of this spike, so we're gonna have to come back down now. So let's go down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. And from that 2 flat, if we go to the right block right here, we can put 2 coal underneath that. 1, 2, like so. This creates yet another bridge in his hair. There's a lot of spiky bridges. We can either work with the 2 blocks underneath right here, or we can work with this top right corner one right here to continue the next spike. I think the best idea is to work with the 2 blocks underneath first, and then come back to work with this top right corner. So let's go with the 2 blocks underneath, put a placement underneath, and go down into left 11 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then we're going to go down again, so we can go down into the right 15 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Perfect. So now we can fly back up, delete those extra placement blocks, and from this top right corner, we're going to continue to the next spike. So let's put a placement block above it and go up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into the right 1 single. Up into the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 1, 2. Up into the right 1 single. Up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And from this 3 flat, we can actually start, going down from this final block. So let's put a placement block at the, not a placement block, sorry. Let's go to the 3rd block in this 3 flat, go underneath it and put 4 coal going straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now from there, we can add another placement block and go down into the right 22 vertical. So count this carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Perfect. And let me just zoom out a bit just to give you guys a moment, a breather second, moment to catch up. We should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, we have 9 spikes left. Luckily, the last few are smaller, but that's still a lot. Okay. I have some time left in this tutorial, so let's try and just grind through this. I'm not going to try and rush too fast, but we're going to pick up, we're going to keep the same speed. So from that 22 vertical, if we go from the bottom and count up 6 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we can then go to the right side of that 6th block and put 2 coal going to the right. Likewise, we can go to the bottom block in that 22 vertical and put a placement block underneath it, and go down into the left 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we can ignore that 6 vertical because later on a piece will start bridging and past this and connect at a diagonal, but we'll work with that when it's time. So let's go to the 2 flat we just put on the 6 block, and we're going to put a placement block to the right side and go up into the right 1 single, up into the right 2 flat, 1, 2, up into the right 1 single, up into the right 5 flat, 1, 2, whoops, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from the 5 flat, if we go to this last block right here and put 1 coal underneath it, that can start bridging out that spike, or at least pointing out the spike, so that way we can start coming back inward. So placement block underneath now, and we're going to go down into left 2 vertical 3 times in a row. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then delete, delete, delete. Looking good. Down into left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And from the 3 vertical, if we go to the bottom block right here, we can do 2 things. First, we can add 1 coal to the right side of it and mark that coal to come back to shortly. But we can also go underneath it and put 1 coal. And then from that coal underneath, we're going to put 1 to the left, like so. From this left block in this 1 single we added to, we're going to go down into left from it, 4 single, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go down into left 2 flat, 1, 2, and it should connect to the 6 vertical that we previously just left dangling by itself. Like I told you, we'd eventually connect to it at a diagonal, but we're going to go past it. So from the left block in that 2 flat now, we're going to put a placement block and go down into left 1 single, down into left 2 flat again, 1, 2, down into left 1 single. Now we're going to switch over to verticals, so down into left 2 vertical, 1, 2, down into left 1 single, down to left 2 vertical, 1, 2, down to left 1 single. We're really close to this 15 vertical right here, but that's fine. We're then gonna just go down into left 2 flat, then 1 single. So 1, 2, then 1. And for all intensive purposes, this doesn't actually connect to anything. So this is one of those parts where if this is like kind of off, it doesn't really matter, as long as technically this other stuff is in the right place, because this is gonna eventually meet up with his headband. So yeah, like what I mean by that is from this 4 single, if you just went down to left like 10 singles instead of doing all this fancy patterns, it doesn't connect to anything, so technically it's not wrong. You just need to make sure that this 4 vertical and this single on the right side is correct. All right. Anyways, from this 1 single on the right side we have right here that we had the marker on, we can remove it now and go up into the right 2 flat, 1, 2, up into the right 4 singles, 1, 2, 3, 4, up into the right 3 flat, 1, 2, 3, up into the right 1 single, up into the right 2 flat, 1, 2, up into the right 1 single, up into the right 2 flat, 1, 2, and from that 2 flat, we're going to put a placement block to the bottom or right side and go down into the right 1 single. And that's the end of this spike, so we can start bringing it back in now. And we're almost towards the mini spikes. The mini spikes are really small and easy to cover, so once we get to that section, it should be a lot smoother sailing for you guys. So just hang in there, guys. I know this part is long and very annoying, actually, unless you're a big Gojo fan and each spike gets you going, but for me, the spikes are annoying. So from here, we're going to go down into left 2 vertical, 1, 2, down into left 1 single, down into left 2 vertical again, 1, 2. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2. Then we're going to do it again. So down to left 1 single, then 2 vertical, 1, 2. So that's 3 times in a row. If you just zoom out, you can see it. Then we're going to go down into left 2 singles, 1, 2. Down into left 2 vertical, 1, 2. Down and to left 1 single. And then down to left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. From that 3 vertical, if we go to the bottom block right here, we can add 1 coal to the left side and 2 to the right. 1, 2. And from that coal to the left side is what we're going to work with first. We're going to go down and to the left from it. 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. Down and to left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down and to the left 1 single. Down and to left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And then finally down and to left 2 singles. Perfect. And similar to like what I said before, these don't connect to anything. So technically, if you just did like 7 singles in a row, nobody would notice. But this main part still needs to be correct. So I wouldn't take the chance with it. But if you reach the end of the video and yours connects at the right spot, I wouldn't worry about the hair is what I mean. Okay. So from the right side of this 2 flat we added to the bottom of that 3 vertical. So this is what I'm talking about. We're going to continue. It's technically a 4 flat now, but I'm just describing it how I told you to build it. We're going to put a placement block at the end and go up and to the right 13 flat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops, my phone's ringing next to the mic. That is not good. Let me recount that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And from the last block in that, we're going to put 1 coal underneath. And that's the end of that spike, so we're going to come back in now. It's very simple to do these spikes. We're going to go down and to left 1 single. Down and to left 2 flat. 1, 2. Down and to left 2 singles. 1, 2. Down and to left 2 flat. 1, 2. Down and to left 6 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then from those 6 singles, we go to the last one right here. We can put an extra coal below it, like so. And then from that extra coal, we're going to put 1 to the left and 2 to the right. 1, 2. That just creates another bridging for his spike, kind of like exactly what we have right up there. You can see it just bridges out into the spike and then goes into the opposite direction. So from this 1 single on the left side we can just go down and to the left 2 singles. 1, 2. Then we come back up to the 2 flat we have on the right side right here. And we put a placement block at the end, so that way we can go up and to the right 2 flat 3 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. From there, we're going to go up and to the right 4 flat 2 times in a row. So placement block to the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 2. Now from that last 4 flat, we go to the final block. We can put an extra 2 coal underneath it. 1, 2, like so. We're then going to start bridging down, so with verticals. So let's put a placement block underneath, and we'll go down and to left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2. 1, 2. Down and to left 1 single. Down and to left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down and to left 1 single. Down and to left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, whoops. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And from that bottom block in that second 2 vertical, we're going to put 1 to the left. And we're going to put an extra 3 blocks to the right. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Let me just give it a quick zooms out so you can see what we're working with. So we have 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then this 2 vertical, or this 1 single turned into 2 vertical. Doesn't really matter. So we're going to go to the left block where we have this 1 single right here and just go down into left 1 single. And that's it for that one. Then if we go all the way to the right side where we have this final block, we can put an extra coal underneath it. Then a placement block below that and go down its left 2 singles. 1, 2. Then down its left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And from the bottom block in that 2 vertical, we're going to put 1 to the left and 7 coal to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looking good, and we're really close to the headband. Let's finish strong, folks. Finish strong. From the end where we added those 7, we're gonna put a placement block at the end and go up into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Placement block again. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. From that 2 vertical, if we go to the bottom block, we're gonna put 1 coal to the left side. We're then gonna go down into the left from there, 2 flat, 5 times in a row. So placement block underneath or to the left side. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. 1, 2, that's 4. And then finally, 1, 2, that's 5. All right. Perfect. From there, we're going to go down its left 1 single. Down its left 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And from that 3 flat, we're going to mark the right block. And we're going to work with the left block for now. So from that left block, we're going to go down into left 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2. 1, 2. Down into left 1 single. Down into left 2 flat 3 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And then we delete these placement blocks. And from there, we can backtrack now to that right block into 3 flat that we marked and work with that. So from this right block into 3 flat, we can remove the placement block and put it underneath and go down into the right 2 flat 3 times in a row. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. We can then go down into the right 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. And from the bottom block in that 2 vertical, we can put 10 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From the end of that 11 flat now, we're going to go down into left 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down into left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And from the bottom block in that 2 vertical, we're just going to add 1 coal to the left side like so, creating this backwards L shape. And we can work with the left or the right block in each of these just to continue, but I'm going to work with the left block first. From that left block, we're going to put a placement block above it and go up into the left 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2. 1, 2. We're then going to go up into the left 3 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. And as you can see, it met up at the diagonal with the shape that we already had going. So now we can backtrack quite a little bit to that backwards L shape. And from the bottom right block in that backwards L, we can then go down into the right from it. So placement block underneath or to the right side. 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. From those 4 singles, we're now going to go down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the right 1 single. And then down into the right 2 vertical again. 1, 2. Perfect. We're then going to put a placement block underneath that. So that way we can go down into the left 2 flat. Up into the left 2 flat. Up into the left 4 flat. So placement block 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go up into the left 2 flat. 1, 2. Now this 2 flat's important because it's going to bridge into the headband while also doing one of the final little notches in his hair. So all we're going to do is go to the left block in that 2 flat and put 2 coal underneath it. Like so. Then from there we're going to go down into the right 2 vertical. Down into the right 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. And from the bottom block in that 4 vertical, we're going to put 2 more coal to the left. Like so. And for the final stretch right here, all we're going to do is go up into left 2 flat. Up into left 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that 5 flat should have met up with the 3 flat we already had here at the diagonal. So you can remove that placement block now and just kind of zoom out and see what we're working with. So hopefully yours met up there too. If not, you might want to zoom out on your right hand camera screen and just see where you possibly went wrong. But from there, what we're also going to do is let's go back to this 2 flat right here that we have in this R shape. And in this top left corner block right here, so this one, we're gonna put a placement block to the left of it and go up and to the left 10 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can see you met up with the headband at the diagonal, so that's perfect. Let me just do a quick zoom Z out C and see if am I missing anything? Nope, that's it for the hair. So we've done all the hair parts perfectly. Now in the next part, we probably need to do the ears, the mask, and the face, and then we'll be done. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this part. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe for more pixel art content. This is Phoenix, and as always, I'll see you guys later.